Hello everyone, Yasas and welcome to Baking with Jimmy. Today what I'm going to share with you is how to make pastella. Pastella is very popular in the Greek religion that we have. It is sesame seeds, honey, sugar and almonds. It's actually quite easy to make. Once you've seen it, I'm pretty sure you will be able to follow. So what I have in this pot here is 5 cups of sesame seeds. Not toasted, they're raw. To this, what we're going to add is 2 1/3 cups of sugar. We're going to add 2 cups of almonds, and we're also going to add 1.5 cups of honey. Now, what I do with the honey is I actually put it in the microwave, melt it, so it's easier to pour out of the jug. It's just something that I found much easier to do than trying to scrape it out. And then from there, we're going to pop this onto the cooktop on a medium heat until we bring all this together. And what we're actually going to do is, while this is on a medium heat, we're going to be stirring this, and everything, the sesame seeds are actually going to start toasting, and you'll find that the sugar and the honey will all combine together in this. Now, when we're doing this process here, do not put it on the cooktop and leave it. You're going to have to be over this the whole time while it's toasting, and we're going to be stirring it. So as the heat starts to come up, you'll see that all this will start to melt in and combine. Okay, so all you do is with your wooden spoon, don't use a metal spoon, make sure it's a wooden spoon. Just try and combine all this together. You'll see as it starts to warm up, it will get easier to stir. And bring it in from the edges of your pan. And just allow this all to start warming up. So as you can see now, all this now is starting to warm up, and it's all starting to combine and come together. So you've got to make sure that you keep stirring this lightly to toast, because what's going to happen is the sesame seeds are going to start toasting, and we don't want to burn them. All we want to do is toast them. You also see that the almonds will start to also toast as well at the same time with the sesame seeds. So every couple of 5-10 seconds, just give it a bit of a stir until this all starts to come together. Okay, so as you can see now, it's starting to develop a bit of color. It's still too light. We just got to keep going until it goes like a golden color. Okay, so this has been going now for about 20 minutes, which I've been continuously stirring. As you can see now, the color of that is starting to go more and more golden. At this stage, what I want you to do is grab a little plate and a spoon and take some of this out and pop it on your plate, and then pop that in the fridge so we can see if it's set enough so that we can take it off. So we'll just keep going for another 5 minutes or so, and then pop this in the fridge, and then we'll know if it's chewy and hard enough, because we don't want it to go too hard, we don't want it to be too soft, we just want to get it right. Okay, so I'll put this one in the fridge for about 5 minutes. So as you can see here, I can actually lift it off the plate now, and it's just starting to hold. So by the time I take this out and cools down, this will be perfect. So that will still get harder as it goes. So our pastella is actually ready. So what we can do now is we can turn this off. I'm going to bring it over to my bench top. Okay, so I've switched this off now, so you can see that the sesame seeds are all toasted, and this is already, it's actually getting tighter and harder to stir, which is a good sign. So what I've got for myself is I had purchased a big block, wooden block. If you can get your hands on something like this, these are perfect for this here. So on your block, what you need to do is pour a little bit of olive oil, and then just with your hand, just spread that all over your wooden chopping block. The reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want the pastella to stick to the board, and it'll be easier to slide them off after. And then all we do, be very cautious with this, because this is really extremely hot. Okay, so what I need to do here is put this all onto the block. just going to grab a little knife. Just get all this off. And then just push all this down into your block. Do not use your hands at all. Be very, very cautious because this is extremely hot. And then just push it out. I will put the measurements of this wooden chopping block for everyone. I think I purchased this at Harris Scarfs years ago. I'm pretty sure they actually still have them. If you don't have a wooden block, if you've got a marble, a piece of marble is also good, but I just find the wooden block is a lot better. Okay, so we're just going to allow that to cool a couple of seconds, and then I'm going to show you how to actually flatten this out. I've allowed this to cool down for about 4 to 5 minutes. What you're going to need now is a piece of Glad wrap to pop over the top of that. Don't worry, it's not going to stick to the Glad wrap. And then with a rolling pin, just slowly roll that over the Glad wrap and your pastelli. And then on the sides, you sort of bring it in. And now you just got to work a little bit fast because this will start to cool down quite quickly. So from the middle, pushing it out and rolling it out. And try and get an even layer on top. This is actually a really good workout, everybody. Just keep turning your board around until you get an even slab. So as you can see now, I can actually touch it. It's still a little bit warm, but all I'm doing is just really bringing it together so it's actually nice and tight. Once this has cooled down a little bit more, and then we're able to lift off the plastic, we will, when it's just cooled down a little bit more. You can see that doesn't stick on there, so we're quite safe. Okay, we'll just allow that to cool down a little bit. And then what I've got here, because I'm doing these for Christmas, or you can do them for any occasion actually, I just buy myself some rolls of clear cellophane paper. I've got 2 different colours. I get some ribbons, and then what I do is I actually cut them into pieces, because once this is cooled down, I'm actually going to cut these into little triangles, and then we're going to individually wrap these in cellophane paper and ribbon. So I'll come back in a minute and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so this is cooled down a little bit. It's still a bit warm, so I wouldn't cut it yet, but you can take the Glad wrap off and just leave that cool down a bit more, but we don't want it to cool down completely because then otherwise we won't be able to cut it. What I've done here is, as I said, I've got 2 sheets of cellophane paper. All we're going to do is fold that in half, about that size, and then we're going to fold another one over. And I'll do this about 4 times, like so. And just with a knife, cut that. And then I'm going to cut down the sides. This is to individually wrap the pastilla when they're ready, so everyone gets an individual serve. You don't have to do this, this is just one way that I present it. And then all I do from there is I do 3, like so, and then I cut that one again. And I just have these ready, then I just cut a few different colours of ribbons as well. And when this is ready, then I'll show you how to do it. What I'm going to do now is see if I can actually, so what I do first is I go from the edges, and these little bits here, you can just, we won't be using them, so I do all the edges first so they're all straight. And you will need a sharp knife to do this. As you can see there, it's actually holding together. It's beautiful, but it's still a little bit chewy, not too dry. Okay, and then from here, you can actually portion this out the way you like. I like to start from the middle. Normally. And then I'll do one there and one there. So it's up to you, as I said, how big you make your pieces. And then from there, you just put that one there. Okay, so I grab myself a wide rack, and then what I do with this is I just turn them upside down so they can cool aerate on the wide rack. So just continue to do this until you cut all your pieces of your pastella. Okay, that's all done. So with your knife, put it underneath and then flip it onto your board. And as you can see, these are actually setting quite quickly. Okay, what I normally do is I dry these out overnight, aerating. But what I wanted to do just for today is I'm going to quickly show you how I do this. So I grab a pastelli, and then what I do is I bring it up one way, fold it, and then I just make individual pieces and then just wrap it and tie it up with some of this ribbon. And we just got little individual ones. Do another one. And then everyone gets an individual piece. What I've done is I've actually made these like for my husband's 60th, weddings, christenings. We make little tags and we do them as little thank you gifts for everybody. You can do so much with these. They're beautiful. And just with your knife. Do that one more time. You can put them on the tables for everyone to have one each. So just keep going until you wrap these. If you want to leave them overnight, you can. If not, you can wrap them as soon as they cool down. Okay, so what I've done was I wrapped up a few just so you can see the effects. You can do any colors you want. With the pastella, you don't just have to put almonds. You can put pepitas, you can put sunflower seeds, you can put cranberries, you can put cashews, whatever you feel like putting in there to substitute the 2 cups of almonds. So these are my pastella. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Feel free to subscribe, like and share to all your friends, and enjoy my pastella when you make them. Thank you for watching.